Hey guys, I just wanted to give an update on the project that little thing I'm working on. As you guys know, I've been wanting to make my own STM32 development boards. Um, and the typical way of programming these boards is you have your little ST-Link dongle, and you plug it into the board. And if you want something like a COM port to talk to the computer, then you're going to connect the UART to a little USB to serial converter. So then you end up with two things here plugged into your little blue pill or whatever, and that's how you do that. That's to obviously to have a COM port and full debugging capabilities. Now STM, as you know, make their own little Nucleo boards. The neat thing about these is that you have the chip that you're programming right there, but it has an onboard ST-Link, so there's no need for that separate dongle. Now this ST-Link is version 2.1. The ST-Link here that you get with these is just a regular version 2.0. So the difference is that with these regular ones, you don't get a virtual COM port. With these you do. So you just plug in a USB cable right here and you have your full debugger as well as a COM port. So you in essence only need one USB cable to do basically everything that you need to do. And that's my goal, is to make a little board like this, obviously cheaper because theirs they tend to be a little more pricey, and have it use just one USB cable. No dealing with the dongles anymore. This one or this one. So here's a prototype of what that looks like. I managed to find on the dark web the binaries for not for this version 2 but for version 2.1 ST-Link. So I have those binaries loaded onto this little blue pill right here. So this blue pill is programming this other blue pill, and I'm only using one USB cable, which you can see right here. This is the only USB cable that I'm using, and I'm getting full debug support and COM port just through this USB cable. So in essence, all I would need to do is make a circuit board where I take both of these and combine them into one PCB, just how they do here. They have the target and the host, the target and the programmer, I mean, all in one PCB, and then that's it. I essentially have what they have here, but made by me. So yeah, so like I said, this is all just going through one USB cable, and I'm gonna show you my desktop now. If we can open up Device Manager, open up the ports. Okay, so as you can see, this quote unquote fake ST-Link V2 is showing up at COM port 34, and again, I have this little sketch running, not a sketch, but little program running on the blue pill, because remember, this one is the programmer, this one is just a regular blue pill. So on this regular blue pill, I have this code running, and as you can see, I'm getting COM port messages, I'm getting UART communication just through this single cable. And it's also, obviously, I also have the ability to upload. So right there, as you can see, it uploaded, and still getting the UART communication. I can also have debug, so I go here, it says the code limit, whatever, and I have full ability to still debug my my microcontroller, even though I'm not using a real ST-Link. I'm using this version 2.1. And another thing you can do with these is, obviously not many people use it, and I don't really see the point in it, is it also shows up as a flash drive where you can drag and drop a binary and it will upload it to the target microcontroller. So like I said, all I need to do is take all of this, put it into a circuit board, and then I'll have my custom made thingy development boards, and I've already kind of started that. This is just the ST Link part. Here's the I guess the not the complete schematic, but I'm still working on it. Here's the programmer part. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go and send this out right here, just the ST Link part, just to make sure I have the circuitry working, and that's what this is right here, just the ST Link part. Now this is not the final layout either, because this doesn't have the USB receptacle on it or anything. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that tonight, and then hopefully finish it tonight, and then send it out, and just to make sure I have the ST Link part correct. And once I do, then I'll complete the whole thing, and then with the host chip. I was thinking about using an F103RCT7, which has 64 pins, and it's got has more pins than the F103C8 that everybody likes to use, but it's essentially the same thing. It just has more pins and a little more memory. So I was just thinking about using that, and what I was thinking in the direction to go with this is like, now here's a homemade one that I made a while ago. It's completely made at home. I etched it at home. It uses an, as you can see right there, an F0, and I had to use some vias, so I did these little sort of rivets. Come on, focus, baby. Anyways, so the point is that it's ugly and whatever, but what I wanted to say is that what I want is to obviously expose all the pins of these microcontrollers, but as well label them a lot better. For example, here you see port A, port B, and all that stuff. That's great, and I hate having to go to the reference manual and figure out what pins is SPI1, what pins is UART1, what pins is I2C1 or whatever. So I want to like add other labels like that, port A, port B, that all that stuff, but then add like the little sub label that says, okay, these are SPI1, these are SPI2, and you know what I mean, just to make wiring simple. The less I got to open up the reference manual for simple things like that, you know, the better it is. So that's the way I was thinking about going about it. I also, let me open up Amazon and show you this thing. I was also thinking about adding a little OLED screen on it, something that kind of looks like this. Let me switch the monitor here. So you see how this is actually an ESP32, but you see how it has these the little OLED screen on top of it. So yeah, I was thinking about doing something like that. That would be so freaking cool. I'm not sure what purpose it would serve other than just printing things on it, you know what I mean? But yeah, I thought that was neat. If you go to eBay, and I'll kind of show you what I'm talking about. STM32, the development boards that I like. They're small, but they have a little more information. No, can't really find the one I'm looking for. Alright, something like this. This little blue one in the top. Let me see. Where is it? Okay. So, you see this little blue board right here. This is what is that? F0 probably. But you see how it has this nice little silk screen. You know, it's beautifully labeled. And if I could just add more labels here to say, okay, this is UART1, you know what I mean? Just really label it well so you can just look at your board and know what you're trying to do. So obviously having all that sort of silk screen action going on would probably mean that I won't add an OLED screen on it or whatever. I don't know. There's so many ways I could go with it. I was also thinking about making it, what's this? Fuck. Stamp module. I don't know what they're called. I was also thinking about making them like this, where it's sort of like a little stamp module with these little sides that you can just solder on a PCB, so that if you want to make a circuit with a microcontroller or anything on it, it's all going to be in one board, and you just drop it in your board and solder it on, right? So I thought that would be pretty neat. Or even take just the ST-Link version 2.1, just take the ST-Link part, have it be its own little module with these little stamp sort of pins on the side, and you can just drop it into any design that you have and just give it a automatic onboard debugger. If you guys are getting my drift, I'm not finding a good picture of what I'm trying to yeah, so the point is that it won't have any pins. It'll just have these little things on the side where you can just place it on top of a PCB that has the pads right there. It's almost like it'll be an SMD module. You can think about it like that. Kind of like how these things are. That's why they're called stamp modules, because they kind of have that little stamp shape. So yeah, that's that really. So let me know what you guys think, or if you have any suggestions. And then I'll make another video once I receive the I do receive the board and see if it works. And then once that happens, then I'll go ahead and I'll finish it. Alright guys, thanks.